Hey everybody, it is Michaelville here with another video, and this is episode 4 of the Michael's Talk podcast. You can already tell it's a little different here because I am joined here with Jeff Hart instead of Michael. So, yeah. But we're still gonna do it like we normally do. It's just me and Jeff instead of me and Michael. So, let's get right into it by answering the first question. Okay? So, question number 1. What is on your bucket list?
Jump out of a plane.
Okay, I've done that. I don't know. Travel, maybe. I want to kind of travel somewhere else. Maybe just once, I feel like. Like, out of the state.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I technically have when I was a kid.
I would like to travel out of country. Like, it's not one place.
Yeah. Well, I've...
There's like so many cool things.
Yeah.
You can go see.
Well, like, obviously, like I said, I kind of had a bad wording. And you guys probably are listening to this and, like, think I sound weird. And it's because I kind of have, like, a cold. So, yeah. And Jeff just doesn't care.
Nope.
So, yeah. But you might be able to tell that in my voice and that I am stuffed up right now. So, why not do a video like this? So I'm not thinking straight. So when I said out of state, which obviously you guys are probably like, what do you mean out of state? Because obviously I've drove out of state a lot. Florida, I went to California a lot of times on a bus route. You know, like, I've been a lot of places. I went to Wyoming. I drove to Wyoming with Michael to go hunting. Like, I've drove a lot. Like, I like driving, okay? I like driving in the United States. I think one thing I want to do, though, is, like, travel out of the country at least once. It's not my biggest thing, but I would want to do it maybe once, go somewhere. Like, you know, a different country.
Yeah.
But I don't know what country. I know Michael wants to go to Australia.
Of course he does.
Yeah, for 2 reasons. He wants to fight a kangaroo, and he wants to see if the spiders are actually as big as they say they are.
I want to go to, what is that place called? I need to look it up, but there's this country somewhere out there where they have it's like 60 foot deep hole.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, I think it's like 15 miles wide in diameter.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's just fire. They call it Hell's Gate or something.
Oh. Okay.
And it's been burning for like 50 years.
I kind of want to go see that too. Okay.
Yeah.
What are you most thankful for?
Chicken.
Chicken, really?
Yeah.
Like, out of everything in the world, okay, that you have...
Cars.
Oh, not chicken? Okay.
Chicken's like second.
Okay. I would say I'm more thankful for my friends and, like, family is probably number 1. Then trucks and cars.
I don't see my family that much, so I like cars.
Well, you know. What is your biggest regret in life? You should. You should. I know what you should say, but you probably won't say it because it's just rude. But
I don't know.
can I say what I think your biggest regret was?
What?
Marrying your wife.
Hey.
Well, you did get a divorce, so like. I guess you had 2 daughters out of it, but like, you know. I think my biggest regret is that I didn't get into like the family business sooner
Yeah.
than I did. Because, you know, I'm 60 now. In a few months, I'm going to be 61. You know, I haven't been in the Ville family businesses for that long.
Yeah.
Because I was just
I
doing
wish
my
I
own
started
thing.
working at like mechanics a little more.
Before you started opening all these shops.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you most afraid of?
Um. I don't really know. I'm not really like afraid of basic things. I don't know.
Well, I think, like, it could be almost anything, really. Like, I think one of the things I'm most afraid of is losing the people I care about.
That'd be. I mean, I'm kind of afraid of like the water, like in the sea.
That's one of my big fears, too. I'm afraid
I
of
don't want
losing
to.
my family and friends, and I'm afraid of going in, like, the deep ocean.
That'd be scary. Cause we don't. Scientists say we don't know like more like 80% of our ocean still. So like.
I know that it's pretty. It's crazy when you think about how we don't. There's all like most of the Earth is covered in water, and we live on Earth. This is what I think about all the time, right? So we live on Earth. It's our planet that we live on, but we don't even know half of our own planet. But we're going to other planets.
Yeah.
We're going to the moon. We're going to Mars and stuff, and exploring other planets. But we don't even know what's on our own planet.
For real.
So, like, it's a little. I think about that a lot. Like, every time I see something on the news about space.
Yeah.
So, let's see. How do you like to spend your free time?
Free time. Driving. Off-roading.
Okay, what about when you're not doing that?
It's like all I do.
Well, obviously you're at your house sometimes.
I like playing on my PlayStation.
Okay. Well, now.
I have to drive, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think my favorite thing to do on my free time when I'm not driving or something is either in my office right here playing games, you know, watching TV.
I do like collecting shoes.
Yeah.
You've seen throughout our videos. You've always got the shoes.
Yeah. Like, I think my main things I do when I'm not, like, filming a video and I'm not at work is, like, I'm either in here still, playing games, watching TV, spending time with Ryder and Emma, and then obviously, I'm also spending time with, like, you on my free time and Michael. Because you guys, like, that watch our videos, obviously, you only see some parts of our life. You don't see our full life. So you don't see every time I'm hanging out with him. And you don't see every time he's hanging out with me.
Yeah.
You just see the parts that we want you to see. We filmed every part of our lives. Most of it for me, when I'm, like, at home, it's just watching TV. So, pretty boring. Or I'm in here playing games. I guess that's not that boring, but, you know. Okay, what would your perfect day be like?
Like warm. I don't like hot, so like a warm. Like there's clouds in the sky, but like barely any. So it's like really sunny.
Uh-huh.
And then like yeah, so like sunny. Like
Uh-huh.
I don't have to work. I don't
Yeah.
have to work. That's a pretty good day.
Okay. I think kind of like what you're saying, you know, like I don't like really hot. I don't mind the cold that much, but you know, like the perfect temp, like the most perfect temp, not too hot, not too cold, you know, like Goldilocks. And yeah, and like pretty much just blue, like the perfect blue sky, not that many clouds in the sky, and the clouds that are in the sky are like the perfect, like poofy white clouds, you know?
Yeah.
And then just, yeah, no work, just chilling outside in the perfect weather. Like, that's...
Amazing.
What does your dream life look like?
A lot of cars. Like, all retro cars. Like the 1982 Supra, a Nissan Skyline. Would love to have a Toyota MR2. That one's a pretty old car.
Yeah. Okay. I think... I don't know. Like, honestly, some of these questions, you know, I don't know how to answer because I'm pretty happy, you know, with my life right now. My dream life and what I have, you know? Like, I own a lot. Like, there's not that much anymore that I really need. You know, I own...
I like money.
Yeah, that's your dream life. I don't need money now. If you ask, I guess if I got this question asked to me a few years ago, I would probably say money. But, like, I already have money. I already have a lot of cars and trucks. I have a whole bunch of homes. I have businesses. Like, I pretty much have a pretty nice life. Like, I don't know if I would really want to change that much of my life.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but what goal do you want to accomplish in the next few years?
Some more shops in different states.
Living to be 64. That's what I want to accomplish, is living another few years.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, well, yeah, I do know that. I do want to accomplish living some more years, but I think I, want to accomplish more with fun times.
Yeah.
Do something else with fun times. Because I've been talking, you know, obviously to you and to you guys that watch my videos about how I'm trying to get a whole bunch of homes to rent. You know, and
make some dollars.
Yeah, because eventually I want to retire from fun times and just rent homes out and own my mud park. So I think that's pretty, good. I just need to get more homes to rent out. So hopefully I can accomplish getting more homes to rent out and get a house rental business going pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is a pretty good question here, Jeff. Is it ever okay to lie?
It kind of depends. So, like, it's okay to lie if, like, when I was in school, I lied a lot.
I think we all did, but
Like, our math teacher did this weird thing. Did, like, she'd write a bunch of equations on the board, and then you had to write it on a piece of paper. And she had, like, 4 every day.
uh-huh.
And then on Fridays, she would, it was like 2 points per day. And then on Friday,
Yeah.
we would have to tell her how many we got right. I only did like half of the problems. So I'd just like say 8, 9, 10. You know, that was like the best time to lie. I was getting good grades because of that.
Well, like, I think it is okay. Like, obviously, parents lie to their kids all the time.
Like, gum sits in her stomach for 7 years.
Yeah, they lie about Santa Claus, too. Like I think
Yeah.
it does really matter on what you're lying about, Like, it
Yeah.
matters what you're lying about. Like, I don't think it's okay to lie. Like, lying about Santa Claus is real, or, lying about gum getting, sitting in your stomach for 7 years, or, stuff like that. I don't think it's that bad because obviously it's a lie. None of that's true, but I think that's more of just a part of growing up, Like, you don't get that childhood
Like,
experience.
everyone's heard those.
Yeah, you don't get the childhood experience if your parents don't tell you those lies. But, like, there are lies, you shouldn't tell, like, people. I think the main thing with me, which you might be able to have something with this since you own your shops, is that, I get lied to so much, in my, business. Like, people lie to me so much about something. Like, and then you find out, and it's like, what? Why? You could have just told me the truth. And then you could have saved us a lot of trouble. Okay. Who is the most overrated celebrity?
Taylor Swift.
Yep, Taylor Swift. We're gonna get so many hate comments.
Probably. But, I mean, that's true. I mean, I feel like some people say that Ryan Reynolds is, like, super hot. Like, all the girls say he's super hot. And then, like, I feel like Ryan Reynolds is pretty overrated.
Yeah. Well, I think
He looks
Taylor...
older than we do, so, like...
Well, like, Taylor Swift, though, I really think Taylor Swift is overrated. But, like, we're just saying names now about who we think are overrated, so we're probably going to get hate comments for it, but it's kind of true, Like, I'm not saying it's bad, like, like, I like some of, like, Taylor Swift's music, okay? She's got a couple good songs, which that sounds bad, too. That sounds like an insult, because I said a couple good songs. I guess all her songs might be good, but, I only like a couple of them myself.
Yeah. I don't listen to Taylor Swift, because I don't like the music.
Yeah, I don't like... That's the main thing, is I'm not that into her, like, genre of music, but, like, I have listened to some of her songs, and the ones I've listened to I've liked. She's not that bad, but, I do think she is a little overrated. And then, like, you with, there's... Yeah, anyway, what's the worst seat on a plane?
By the, like, opening window, like, the openings.
Yeah.
Because then they're, like, if in case of a crash, and then you have to open it and do all this stuff. But and then most of the time you like hear it sliding across like the lines.
Yeah, I think like that by the doors and stuff. And I also think one of the worst seat is when the seats that don't have windows. If you get a seat without a window, because obviously
That
there's
sucks.
some those suck. You can't look out. So like, cause some people that's all they do is they're either gonna sleep or they want to just look outside of the plane and they can't even do it because they didn't get a window seat. So
Yeah.
really, even if you get a window seat, okay, because I would hate sitting in the middle of sitting in the middle of two people. One guy's got the window and you're in the middle of, like I would hate that. But I've always flown
Sitting in
VIP.
between two people you've never met.
Yeah, I've always flown VIP. So I just see it when I'm on the plane. They're like, ugh. What's the most annoying thing people do in public?
I mean, if you go to a mall, there's those like shoe cleaners.
Yeah.
I had a pair of Jordan 6s that I wore. I was in high school, and I was slowly growing out of them. They were really sun rotted, so I worked in them a couple days before I went to the mall to get some shoes. And I had cleaned them before I went to the mall, but they still had like oil marks on them. And I was walking up, and I was walking past him, and he's like, "Hey, gotta clean your shoes." But I was like, I don't really want to, because he was gonna end up cleaning one of my shoes, but not the other. Like, doesn't really make sense.
Well, I think.
And they really just go for like people with nice shoes.
Yeah. Well, I
Like
think.
most of the time, you see people getting their shoes cleaned, and they have just put those brand new shoes on.
Yeah. I think the most annoying thing people do in public is the people on their phone. Like, I don't care if you're texting, but I mean, like, the people that are in, like, the store and they answer their phone, and they're, like, screaming. Like,
Yeah.
they're on their phone, but
Yeah.
they're talking so loud, so you're, like, 5 aisles down and you can hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
So, like, that's... Okay. This is a weird question. Are avocados overrated?
Not that underrated. I don't think people eat avocados that
That's
much.
what I was gonna say. I
I
love
like avocados.
I
I just
love
don't see people
avocados.
eat them that much. They're not in many recipes.
that's what I don't think it's overrated. Yeah, like you said, I think it's more underrated. Like I love avocados, but it's something too. Like I don't eat avocados that often. I love them, but it's like really hard to get a good avocado.
Yeah, because they're always hard.
Uh-huh. It's like you got to get them at the right time. It's like so hard to get a good avocado, so
Usually I like go to the store every so often to check them.
yeah. Who is the most important person in your life and why?
Right now, say my mom. Yeah,
Why?
because she gave birth to me.
That's it. She gave birth to me.
That should be everyone's.
Well, what if your mom's dead? Like,
Your dad,
what if your parents are dead? Then you gotta have someone
your
else.
grandma, your guardian, whoever take care of you.
Okay, come on, Jeff. Come on. I'm 60 years old. My parents are obviously still alive, but if they are dead, obviously if they're dead, because they're in their 90s, my grandparents are probably, long gone, which they are.
Yeah.
So you gotta think,
Well,
we're getting up in age, so once our parents die, we have to find someone else that's the most important person in our lives.
My kids are pretty important.
Like, and that's what I was gonna, like, I say that the most important people, like, person in my life, which I'm gonna change it to people, are my parents, my mom and dad, you know, obviously, because they raised me, but then, you know, I obviously care about everyone else in my family and all my friends, so, but yeah, my parents come first, and then it comes down to my close friends, you know?
Yeah.
And family.
You're there. You're up there too, but like.
I'm not that important to myself.
Hey.
I'm not someone that's gonna be like I'm the most amazing person ever. You know, like I don't think of myself that way, so I just think of my family and my friends and stuff as, you know, they're important and stuff and they're, you know, great. But I don't think of myself as, you know, really important.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're important, but like, you don't like talk yourself up.
Yeah.
Other people.
So yeah, not like that Steve. Steve Smith.
You don't like me? You don't like Steve?
You really are asking me if I don't like Steve.
With green hair.
Who in your life most makes you feel a sense of home? So think of
Home?
it. Think of it as someone, because how often do you see your parents? You know, like
Never.
that's what I'm saying. So don't say parents, because you don't see them that much. So who's someone in your life that you see a lot that makes you feel like you're home? Okay.
You. It's like, I see you pretty much every day.
Yeah. I would say, let's see, it's harder with me, because I don't want to be me now, because you said me, but, you know, I see you every day, but then, too, I see my family most, like, I don't see my parents every day.
You work with your family, so.
Well, like, kind of. Like, I don't see my mom and dad every day, but I see my great niece every day, pretty much every day. I see Somerville pretty much every day. So, like, you know, she makes me feel at home, but you make me feel at home. Michael makes me feel at home. You know, Emma makes me feel at home. Ryder makes me feel at home. You know, everyone around me pretty much that I see, because I see a lot of people every day. I see you almost every day. I see Summer almost every day. Michael almost every day. Emma pretty much every day. Ryder pretty much every day. Like, I see everyone around me, like, a lot, you know? So, like, really, it just makes me feel at home. That's why, too, I feel like I don't want to change my life, you know? Like, the one question about what does your dream life look like, you know? I feel like my dream life is this right now, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I got all my friends, and I got all my family, and I got everyone that cares about me, you know? So, that I care about, too, so. 2 questions left. What happened with Steve Smith?
I don't know.
What do you mean, dude?
Stoned out.
Well, technically, you just kept telling him to get out, but you're done. Like a Karen, you're done. But
Get out of here.
but he and I obviously know more about him than you, but what's going on. But what happened was, after he stormed out, if you watch that video, you get about me and Jeff being in a meeting with him, he like walked out and we finished the video. After that, like a couple days later, he stopped trying to sue Fun Times, and then he just kind of wiped himself out, I guess. He's just, no one has heard anything from him. He kind of just disappeared.
Yeah.
Probably because he's too embarrassed to show his face now, but. Okay, last question. Do you like driving long distance?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I like driving long distance, because obviously I drive a lot of routes from here, New York City, to like Los Angeles, So like I drive long distance a lot. Then I took that trip to Florida. Me and Michael drove to Wyoming, and obviously I drive every day pretty much to go to, because I live in Westville, and I have to drive to Clarksville pretty much every day, except one day. So I'm driving like an hour and 30 minutes every day, and then just to go to work, and then if I have a meeting in New York City, I have to drive 2 hours to go there and then come back. So I drive long distance almost every day anyway. So like,
yeah.
And the only day I usually don't have to drive long distance is Sunday. Sometimes Saturday. Matters if I'm taking off or not. If I take an extra day off or not. Technically I only have 1 day off a week. But obviously I own Fun Time, so I kind of just take off days when I want to take off a day. If I don't feel like it, I just don't do it. Like, actually today, as you probably can tell, and as we've done this video, I've got even more congested, even more snot up my nose, getting even harder to talk because I can't breathe. So like tomorrow, I'm filming this video Friday night, and it's probably, I don't know if I'm gonna post it tonight. It might get posted tomorrow, which is Saturday. And today I actually left work early, and you can ask Jeff if that's true, because I called him. I told him that I was coming home early.
I'll be there.
What?
I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah. So, like, I told him, because I was at Fun Times, and I just haven't felt that good. I don't feel that good right now, but I wanted to do a video, because, like you guys know, I haven't done a video, like, the Michael Talk podcast for a while. The whole plan was to do one once a week, but that didn't happen, like, planned, because a lot of stuff came up. But today's Friday. I made it back, like, most of the day. Like, half of the day I made it at Fun Times and stuff, and then I couldn't take it anymore. So then I called Jeff, told him that I was coming home, because I wanted him to know that I was on the road, because... oh, there we go. I wanted to let him know that I was on the road, because I didn't want... just in case I crashed, because I didn't feel the best. And I was kind of at the point, maybe I should have him come and just pick me up. But I ended up making it here, and then he got to the house too. Then we just kind of hung out for a little bit, talked and stuff. And then now we're here filming this video. But if I don't get better, if I feel like I do right now, or I get worse, tomorrow, I'm probably not going to go to work tomorrow either. Which, Saturdays, I normally work on Saturdays. I don't work on Sundays. Usually. And then Mondays I usually work. But it's Labor Day, so I'm planning on taking that day off anyway. But I might be taking off Saturday. And this sickness might ruin me and Jeff's plan, because we were planning on going camping for Labor Day.
Yeah.
So hopefully I get better either tonight or tomorrow night, because we're planning on leaving Sunday. So
yeah.
And then being gone Sunday and being gone for most of Labor Day, and then coming back late Labor Day night. So, it's bad. If I feel up to it, I might go anyway. If I am still a little sick, if I feel up to going on a camping trip, I might. So, and if you're wondering too, guys, so for right now, if we do even go camping, if I get a little better, it's gonna be me, Jeff, okay, and Michael might come. He doesn't know for sure if he's gonna be able to make it. But If he does, he does. If he doesn't, then you know that he just couldn't make it. But, yeah. So, you have anything else to say, Jeff?
No.
Okay. Well, guys, I think that's going to be the end of this episode of Michael's Talk. Hopefully, I get better. Remember to leave any kind of questions that you want answered in the next Michael's Talk. Leave any kind of topics you want us to talk about in the next Michael's Talk. Anything like that. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and see you guys in the next video.